Newcastle United are now officially halfway through the season of the Premier League. 19 games have been played, 19 games await for Newcastle, and on Monday, on New Year's Day, the first day of the year, Anfield awaits for Newcastle United. Liverpool away. I'm dreading it for so many reasons. Not because Liverpool are good, because it genuinely is Liverpool. We can never get one up on them. Of course, we're going to get into an analysation and statistics of Liverpool, but also an injury update on 3 crucial players for Newcastle United, including the likes of Lascelles, Harvey Barnes and Joe Willock. Without further ado, people, let's get into the video. Right then, lads and lasses, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a match preview. Like already mentioned, it's Liverpool, it's Anfield away on Monday, New Year's Day. I'm not looking forward to it for so many reasons. Not because Liverpool are high and flying, they're an absolutely fantastic team. They're set up so well by Klopp, as always, the high pressing team that they are, with fantastic players. It's at Anfield, none of that worries me. It worries me because it's Liverpool Football Club and we are Newcastle United Football Club. Every time we play them, we can never get one up on them. Something always happens. It's either a last minute goal by Liverpool, and Christ almighty, I'm going to have to remind ourselves what happened at St James's Park this season, but I don't want to. That's probably one of the angriest I've ever been at St James's Park. But without further ado, people, we've got a little bit of an injury update, so let's get into it. Now, this fitness update was given to us by Eddie Howe, but it is quoted by Craig Hope on Twitter. First up, Joe Willock, who we've been missing so much. His attacking aspect in his game, which just drives us forward. It's what we need in the midfield right now. We've got some midfielders who, apart from Bruno, doesn't really like getting up, and Bruno's having to sit as a 6 right now. It isn't great for the attacking aspect of the midfield, as Joe Willock is fantastic going forward. Now, Joe Willock, who has an Achilles problem, and Harvey Barnes, who has a foot problem. It was a very weird injury. I think it was like the stub of his toe got injured or something. God knows. But on the both of them, Joe Willock and Harvey Barnes continue to work on recovery and will not be available for Liverpool. So Joe Willock and Harvey Barnes are 100% out of the Liverpool game on Monday. Harvey Barnes is another one, like Sven Botman, who is gladly back now. Is meant to be coming back. This day hasn't come back. This day hasn't come back. I don't know what's going on. Seriously, people have been speculating that it's the physios. Well, look, I don't believe it's the physios' fault that we've had this many injuries. It's just sheer unluckiness. But why are these players getting rushed back? Not rushed back, but like being set back every single time? Without further ado, let's get on to Jamal Lascelles, who does have a muscle problem. It's not too serious, but Eddie Howe says he will wait and see for Monday. Of course, that does mean he's a doubt. We've got Sven Botman and Fabian Schär. Fingers crossed Sven Botman is fully fit. If he is, then there's nothing to worry about. I mean, them two next to each other are the perfect pair. Without further ado, people, let's get into the match preview. It doesn't need to be said, does it? Newcastle United are taking on top of the league Liverpool with 1 loss in the Premier League so far. 12 wins in 19 games. 12 wins, 6 draws, and 1 singular loss. They have been absolutely fantastic. This is one of the best starts to a season they've ever had. Of course, they are top of the table, 2 points ahead of Arsenal, who are second, of course. They've just been formidable. They are set up so well by Jurgen Klopp. As much as I don't like Liverpool as a club, because they somehow find a way against Newcastle every single time. The way that Klopp cries in every single press conference and always targets them at Newcastle. They are a fantastic team with fantastic players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Darwin Núñez, who some people do take the mick out of him, but as we know firsthand, he's got a strike on him. Gakpo's brilliant. Dominic Szoboszlai, oh my god, he's one of my favourite footballers to watch in the entire world. He's got one of the best strikes I've seen from a footballer, and he's a midfielder. His passing is unbelievable. His range is outstanding. His vision's unbelievable. Honestly, I've never seen a more complete player than Dominic Szoboszlai. He didn't do too much against Newcastle, though, when he comes to St James's Park, but that's not a topic we really want to be picking up on. Now, of course, Liverpool this season, 1 loss in the Premier League. They've progressed to the Europa League. They've progressed in the Carabao Cup, still to play the FA Cup, so they are very strong on every single front. It's going to be an unbelievably hard game for Newcastle. How are we going to set up for this? Are we just going to have to give the game to Liverpool? Or we're going to have to sort of sit off on what we're doing against Arsenal and Man United away last season, where we just have the very well-disciplined defensive performance? In my opinion, absolutely not. We're seeing what happened against Chelsea. We sat off after the goal straight away. We're doing it against Paris Saint-Germain. That one wasn't our fault. But just in the end, it never ever works. And when it comes to chance for not working at the end, the last team I wanted to do it is against Liverpool. They'll find a way. They'll get a toe punt from their own goalkeeper's box in the last minute, and it'll go and they'll find a way somehow. They do it every single time. As for Liverpool's goal scoring and defensive statistics for this season, 19 games played, 39 goals scored, unbelievable, and 16 goals conceded. So they've nearly doubled the amount of goals they've scored to games played, and they've conceded less goals than games played. This is going to be Do you know what it is? It's probably Newcastle United's hardest fixture left in the Premier League. Get this one out the way. We're on a very, very bad run of form. It's unbelievably bad. I believe is it 6 losses in 7 games or 7 in 8? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've never accepted defeat before a game, and I will not in this game. I'll never ever accept defeat before a game because, of course, we can go out there. We'll only need one shot from Alexander Isak, and we can hold off the whole game. Alexander Isak, as we know, last season at Anfield, should have had 2 goals, but was absolutely clinical in that match. If we can hope for the same again, Newcastle can scrape something out of this game. But like I was saying for Liverpool, let's take a look at the previous head-to-head games with Newcastle. Not that I want to, really not that I want to, but anyways, the 4th last game that we played against Liverpool, it ended 1-0 at St James's Park through a Naby Keita 19th minute goal, if I do believe. The next one away at Anfield. I went to this game, wish I didn't. We scored from Alexander Isak, fantastic goal in the first half. Second half, we'll go down the other end. I don't know how it was offside. Even if he was offside, it was literally by that much. It's the benefit of the attacker that they claim. They didn't give him it. Liverpool get 2 goals, of course, to win the game. They got the first one from Firmino, I think it was. And the last winning goal was in the last second from Carvalho. Crossbar and in. Typical Liverpool. Typical Liverpool. Next game, of course, at St James's Park. We lost 2-0. Nick Pope got sent off. He then went and missed the final. Dubravka was out. Karius had to play in the final. Didn't detriment with that much, but of course it was a big miss. And it's St James's Park this season. Another red card case. This time it was for Liverpool. Newcastle were 1-0 up. Liverpool had 10 men. The game's in the bag. The players didn't try. Liverpool go and win 2-1. Darwin Núñez, it's the 2 best strikes of his life he'll ever hit from outside the box. Carbon copy of each other's goals. Honestly, I'll never ever get over that game. That was one of the most angriest games I'd ever been at Newcastle. I'd never ever... I probably have in the past, right, from 3-4 years ago, but that was one of the times I genuinely got out my seat and I was swearing my head off. I was absolutely foaming because I hated Darwin Núñez so much. I can credit him as much as he wants because he's a very good footballer, but he's just such a little rat, isn't he? When he scores as well, he loves giving it to the fans, and he's had 2 strikes, carbon copies of each other to defeat Newcastle when they had 10 men and we had that game in our hands. Honestly, it still annoys me to this day. And to decrease Newcastle United's chance of winning this game yet again, I don't want to say it, but it's something that the creases need to be ironed out from. It needs to be mentioned and it needs to be sorted out. Because Eddie Howe in his press conferences, when he's been asked about the away form, he said, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's not something we're sort of fretting on. Well, it is something that needs to be sorted out. 9 games played, 6 losses, 2 draws and 1 win. We are nearly winless in 9 games away from home. It's not good whatsoever. And that win coming against possibly one of the worst teams the Premier League's ever seen. I mean, people were saying that Luton was going to finish rock bottom of the Premier League this season. They went to their ground and beat them. It's not hard whatsoever. Yes, we'll put 8 past them, but where is the consistency for the rest of the away games? It's been terrible. But of course, Newcastle United, one away win in 9 games. Liverpool, I hate to say it, but they are undefeated at home. 3rd in the Premier League for home points picked up. 9 games played, 7 wins and 2 draws. Oh my god, it looks like it's going to be a mountain to climb for Newcastle. If there was ever one positive to bring from this game before the game started, it is that Andrew Robertson is out, who normally seems to perform against Newcastle. I don't know why, but I always see him in the headlines when he plays against her. Joe Gomez is playing there. Is Miguel Almiron going to be any use? Miguel Almiron, for me, look, I love him so much. Yes, he works hard for the team, but he doesn't give any service to the attackers whatsoever. I believe he's played more than 160 games for Newcastle, and he's got 11 assists. That is extremely poor. He offers nothing to the striker, and his shooting has not been on form. Please prove us wrong in this game, Miggy. We need some individual quality from this game, because the form that we've been on, the away form that we've got, the form Liverpool's been on, the top of the league, the home form that they're on, it doesn't look good for Newcastle. We need to just plan very perfectly. We need to take our chances. We've not been clinical whatsoever in the previous couple of games. Get Alexander Isak on that ball. Give him 1 or 2 chances, and he needs to make sure he scores them 1 or 2 chances. Be clinical in this game. Get the 3 points, and it would be absolutely unbelievable. For a score prediction, a final score prediction for this game, honestly, I can't remember the last time I was ever sort of guessing a negative score prediction for Newcastle, but I can't really say a road home for Newcastle. Honestly, I can't. 1 away win in 9 games. Liverpool, 7 wins, undefeated at home in 9 games. Top of the league. Newcastle, 9th now, nearly mid-table. I don't want to be negative, but I can see Liverpool winning this one. I don't want to say a score prediction just in case it comes to bite us back, but fingers crossed, from a Geordie Josh perspective, I'm going to say Newcastle 1-0. That is the most positive I could go for. I don't say we're scoring more than one. If we do, Liverpool's going to bring the game and probably still win 4-3, like in the good old days. But honestly, it's very bad for Newcastle. If you did enjoy this match preview, I know you won't because we're all dreading playing them. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the score prediction, or let me know in the comments your score prediction for the game. Yet again, I'm not looking forward to it. Without further ado, people, go and enjoy your day. The game's in 3 days' time, so we don't have to worry about that yet. Like I said, go and enjoy your day, people.